Trauma, by its very nature, renders us emotionally. Life events that we experience as traumatic can feel out of the norm, hard to pin down. So we don't put them into our normal content of living. Welcome to Daryl's Picture Voice video. And in this video, it will be about people, about relationships, about self-medicating with drugs, alcohol, food, sex, gambling, or any excessive behavior. The emotional pain that is the result of trauma. Today is March the 10th, 2014. Trauma versus addiction. Trauma versus addiction. You may be saying by now, what do addiction have to do with trauma? And using positive thinking. You must realize that God is, and your body is the temple of thy God. Do you meet him there? As the body and mind think, so becomes the outlook of the individual upon life and its relationship. I can remember when I was a teen, people at school with negative minds will come and say things like this. Let's go out to the parking lot and smoke one, man. Or let's get drunk and go back to the school. Or I think I can't make it in life because of my drinking. Negative, negative, negative they are. The brain, like any good computer getting information, trauma, such as a school shooting or a devastating drive-by or someone being raped or are not part of our daily route. Consequently, we don't have a well-developed mental category for organizing our impression on them. I was talking to this guy the other day, and he was telling me that someone died here, right here in this office, right before you moved in. Look down, right there, he said. Trauma. They seems unreal, out of the ordinary. The need to be talked through in order for us to make sense of them. Talking about trauma, going over what happened, helps us to understand, integrate events and our reaction to them. Talking about trauma, going over what happened, helps us. If we possess trauma, ongoing life complications such as depression, anxiety, sleep disturbance, anger, feeling of betrayal, and trouble trusting and connecting in relationship can persist for years after a traumatic experience occurs. Such are the symptoms that, when unresolved, leads people to seek pleasure for self-medicate with alcohol, drugs, food, sex, crack, coke, whatever it is, and any other type of addiction. Because of the unpredictable, uncontrollable, and bad traumatic nature of the substance abuse and the addiction, people who are chemically dependent are those in addicted family system, and such as a spouse, children, and siblings usually experience some form of psychological damage. Family members, as well as many addicted, presents disorders that extend across a range of clinical syndrome, such as anxiety disorder, depression, eating disorder, and substance abuse, as well as developmental defects, distorts in self-image, confusion in world with disorganized internal codependency, chronic tension, confusion, and unpredictable behavior, as well as physical and sexual abuse, are typical of addictive involvement and creates trauma symptoms. Individuals in addictive symptom behavior in a way consistent with the behavior of a victim of other psychological trauma. Look, for example, trauma victims often develop learned helplessness, a condition in which they lose their capacity to appreciate the connections between their actions and the ability to influence their lives. People are traumatized when they face uncontrollable life events and are helpless to affect the outcome of those events. Living with a person suffering from addiction or any other form of mental illness, after repeated failure and disappointment of fear, frustration, shame, guilt, resentment, self-pity, and anger, we need to keep an even, normal, balanced, and diet of body, diet, and mind. For as a man think in his heart, so is he. So keep the body fit, keep the mind fit, and you will know how to deal with the addiction and the trauma. This is how I did it. Until next time, may God keep blessing you all.